Get a load of this. I just came home from school, from my music class, so it's 10 o'clock at night, and I came home with a couple of things. I decided to stop by the arts building at school because they have a big recycling box there, an e-waste box where people can drop off old electronics, and they get picked up by the local recycling company here who recycles them. I discovered this a couple of months ago when I found an old alarm clock in that box, which I took home, and I gotta make a video of that alarm clock someday. It's nothing special though. Well, I decided tonight to come back again, and oh my god, there were two boxes there, and both are just filled with computer crap. So I took the two things you see here home. So let's take a quick look at them. Unfortunately, of course, I don't have any of my tools here or any other equipment, so I can't test this stuff, but we can at least take a look at it. First, we've got a Dell Inspiron 530 desktop computer. Take a look at that. Well, there doesn't seem to be an optical drive there. There is there though. Can we open the door and see what kind of optical drive we have? Oh, there we go. It is a DVD-RW drive. Cool. And then down here, we got a card reader, sweet, audio, no firewire. It's got the punch out for it though, and USB. Windows Vista Basic, yuck. How much grosser can you get? So that puts this thing as being made sometime between 2006 and 2009. And it's got an Intel Celeron, probably based on either a Pentium 4 or a Core 2 based Pentiums. So it might be either a Pentium 4 or a Core 2 based Celeron. Again, I can't test this thing. I have no clue. It might not work at all. Or this thing might work perfect and was just thrown out because it's old. It's got the power supply. Down here we have a modem. Ooh, we got the fancy audio ports for, I think it's 5-channel, 5.1 or something like that. Ethernet, 4 more USB. And VGA. Wow, this thing is really sparse on I/O. It must have been a low-end computer because there's no PS2, so it's legacy free. No built-in modem, at least it's got built-in Ethernet. Yeah, it's a pretty sparse computer. I don't have my screwdriver here, but luckily we don't need it. These, oh, we might. They're awful tight. It does have thumb screws here. Ugh. No, I might not be able to get them undone. I can't turn them at all. I was able to use a slightly inappropriate tool to loosen the screws. Okay. Really big CPU cooler with a funny angled fan. How do the capacitors look? Well, the capacitors all look okay. This was made after the capacitor plague started waning down. So that's good. That fan spins fine, so does the CPU fan. Got a Delta power supply. That's the... oh, there's the hard drive. What kind of a hard drive do we got? I can't see, but you guys might be able to. Looks like a Seagate? I can't see. Alright, I was able to get the screws for the other cover out. Maybe we can see the hard drive. Well, if I can get it out. Ah, don't tell me it's riveted on there. Ah, there we go. No, it's a Western Digital. WD-800. Oh, it's a SATA hard drive. Holy crap, I didn't even realize that. That makes this the very first 3.5-inch SATA hard drive I've ever owned. I am moving up in the world. How about that? Sweet. How big is it? Made in 2005. Oh, that's weird. The computer itself has to be at least 2006. Oh wait, it's right there, WD-800, so that means it's 80 gigabytes. Sweet. 80 gigabyte SATA hard drive. My first SATA hard drive. Awesome. Oh, here's the data manufacturer on the case panel here. April 28th, 2008. Hey, that was my my 14th birthday. There you go. 2008. So that means this probably is a Core 2 based processor. That's sweet. That makes this, if that is indeed what it is, that makes this the most powerful desktop computer I'll have ever owned. Although still not as powerful as that thing. That's weird about that hard drive, that it was made in 2005 if the computer was made in 2008. I don't know if maybe that's not the original hard drive, or if perhaps they Dell just built it with a really old hard drive. I don't know. But we got some RAM here. Let's see what it is. If I had to guess, I would say probably Vista Basic. Probably a gigabyte, maybe even just 512 megabytes. I'm gonna guess DDR2. Where's the label? Hynix. This stick's 512 megabytes, and it is DDR2. So this does have a gigabyte of RAM. Assuming the other stick is the same. It appears to be. 512 meg DDR. Nice, we have a gigabyte of DDR2 RAM. What else have we got in here? We got 2 PCI slots and an AGP slot and a PCI Express 1X slot. Sweet. Man, I'll have to, next time I'm home, which might be in a couple or a few weeks, I'll have to test this thing and see if it works. I would not be surprised if this thing works absolutely perfect. That's awesome. I hope this thing does work. This would be a sweet addition to my computer arsenal. I could use a computer like this for a lot of things. Let's look online and see if that actually is a Core 2 based processor. Alright, I just did some reading. I typed in the service tag on Dell's website. This thing was shipped on August 22nd, 2008. And that's definitely not the original hard drive, because on some other websites where I read up some specs, the hard drive was usually either 320 gigabytes or 500 gigabytes. That's only 80 gigabytes, so the hard drive must have failed on this thing at some point and was replaced with that. That is indeed an LGA 775 socket. So this thing is capable of taking a Core 2 Duo processor. It can also take the Pentium D or the latest Pentium 4 processors. Now unfortunately, of course, like all of Dell's computers, this particular model was available in an infinite number of configurations, and some of those configurations included a better motherboard and a better power supply that gave it the ability to take Core 2 Quad processors, but unfortunately this doesn't have that motherboard, so this can only take the Core 2 Duo, but still, I did some reading. It seems the best processor that this thing could handle is the 3.3 gigahertz Core 2 Duo. So if I were to hunt on eBay and find one of those, that would make this thing many times more powerful than the ThinkPad. So that'd be really sweet. If I got one of those processors, got say 4 gigs of RAM to put in here, this does support up to 4 gigs of RAM. It'll support 8 gigs with a BIOS update. Dell was always good with updating the BIOS for their machines. Yeah, this thing could be a really powerful computer. It would certainly be the most powerful computer I've ever owned. Also, the integrated graphics are apparently NVIDIA GeForce graphics. I assume just low end, but still, that's pretty nice. So yeah, processor upgrade, 4 gigs of RAM, and maybe an AGP video card. This thing would be one hell of a computer as far as I'm concerned. That'd be sweet. But of course, first I gotta see if it actually works. So whenever I'm home in a couple or a few weeks, I'll make a full video of this thing, maybe testing it, and see to what extent it works. Hopefully it does. If it doesn't, then, well, I got some parts at least. But yeah, it's super legacy free, no IDE. Oh, never mind. Is that IDE or is that? No, that's a floppy connector. Wow, that's stupid. It's got no IDE, but it's got a floppy connector. That's funny. Is there a space to put a floppy drive? Nope, that card reader would be the only place to put one. Well, I wouldn't remove the card reader. But yeah, at least we get a floppy drive, but I wouldn't make use of it on this machine. No IDE, no PS2 ports, and unfortunately, despite being legacy free, it's got no FireWire. Oh well, I got FireWire cards. And I'd haul that modem out too, because I'd have no use for a modem, so no sense having that for Windows to have to try to install and everything. And yeah, came with Vista. I'd put 7 on it, maybe even 8. If 8 supports all the built-in hardware on this, I'd certainly use 8. And when Windows 10 comes out, I'd even throw 10 on this. But no, I'm not going to put all my eggs in one basket. I'm just going to take it step by step and see how this thing works. So that is sweet. Now on to the other thing I found. This external USB hard drive. Sweet. Now, I didn't find an AC adapter for it, unfortunately, although I didn't look through the box thoroughly. Maybe tomorrow, after class, I'll go back there and look. Maybe the AC adapter's in the box somewhere. But, let's take a look at this thing. It's made of metal. It does have a hard drive in it. It's got a front panel that's supposed to go here, but, here they are. Those pieces were off it, so I guess this is supposed to kinda, yes, I guess supposed to screw on there, and then this part goes over that. It's got a power switch, and it's got firewire. And yeah, there's a power jack. Unfortunately, it's a proprietary adapter, probably provides 5 volts as well as 12 volts. So if I don't find that, or find one, then this thing wouldn't be very useful, assuming that it works at all. But I can push it out here. Let's see what kind of hard drive is in it. I have no clue. Oh, sweet. It's a Maxtor Slimline hard drive. For some reason, I didn't expect that. What? It says $25 clearance. So you're telling me this isn't the original hard drive for that? It is IDE. Wow, an IDE USB hard drive. Sweet. That's so nice. It's a 40 gigabyte drive. Maxtor Slimline. This is the third 40 gigabyte Maxtor Slimline drive I have, and the fourth Slimline drive I have. Oh, that's sweet. Hopefully the drive's good, and maybe the power supply for this thing's in a box somewhere. I don't know. Regardless, assuming this thing works, hopefully I can find a power adapter for it. It's funny, there's no brand name on this thing at all. It just says external data storage. Must have been a generic thing. Well, there you go, anyhow. Well, there you go, guys. I can't wait to be able to try this stuff out whenever I get home, and I'll make a video when I do. And I'll see you guys later.